I've owned the store now for 4.5 years, 5 years, something in that range. We made literally no money. We had the option to shut it down and to walk away. Then you kind of ask yourself, well, what am I gonna do? How do I go about making this decision? Is it a good location? We've got Burger King. You know how much I'm a fan of being next to a fast food joint, like Taco Bell, Burger King. So we got a Domino's, we're on a major road, or by a Stop and Shop. Who doesn't love Stop and Shop? You've got all this traffic, you've got all these people, and you just think to yourself, like, all these cars need to get fixed. And in our business, it always comes down to people and process. Do we have the right people running this thing? I'm sure you've been to plenty of stores where, like, you know, you just didn't like the people and you didn't go back. Shop looks good.
Yeah, luckily, I mean, not luckily, but we had a little bit of extra time on our hands this week with scrub and everything, so trying to keep it neat, makes it easier to work.
Do you guys have a favorite customer? Like, you always see them, you're like, yo, I'm hyped. Like, for no reason. Mr. Finkel.
Yes.
Mr. Finkel, bro.
What about the worst?
Oh, Kathy with the
Oh, no.
When I say every time this lady's car comes in, it's a like, miss, like, you should not fix this. She's got air suspension, and it's discontinued. And it's so bad that every couple months she blows the muffler off to rehang it in another strange way, different than the last time.
I've never seen Darren so upset in my life. This thing's pissing coolant on him. He worked the hell out of himself.
And then I finally get it all together, and I start the car, and all the trans fluid came out, and I was like,
Oh my God, I remember.
This whole area up here, it's actually 3 stories. It's filled with mufflers and exhaust. And, you know, back in the day, you know, Midas's entire business model was exhaust, and Midas corporate had their own manufacturing. So they would make the pipes, they'd make the mufflers, and they'd ship them to franchisees. And you know, it was a huge money. They made tons of money doing this for years. And so, but literally, this whole thing was just filled with exhaust pipes and mufflers, and to the point of, you know, now 3 stories worth of all this. Pretty cool. Gonna be a lot of work to take this down, you know. This is like walk the plank. Then we have the break room. This is a small store. This is probably one of the small stores we have square footage wide. And so you go vertical. Manager's office. Do your paperwork up here. Have lunch. When you misbehave, this is what we do. You just have to sit here and stare at the wall. When I first bought this store, we had a manager here. Was a great sales guy. You know, he was friendly. He was like, yeah, man, I'm on the team. I'm all about this, right? And then had a bunch of cash go missing. I think it was like $4,000. You know, so we asked him, where's the money? Where's the money? And he's like, I dropped off at the bank. Have him check security cameras. They were never deposited. So this guy stole his $4,000 of cash. Part of it could be the distance that, you know, if you don't have a lot of oversight, sometimes, you know, people with bad intentions feel like they can get away with a lot more.
Pupote Roki.
What's that mean?
I don't know.
If this means anything. It's like some gang.
Will this get us
Dude, Grok won't lie to me. If you know what this graffiti means, drop it in the comments. I'd love to know. I put it through ChatGPT or Grok, and it had no idea. It thought it had something to do with pirates and Rocky, and it means something to somebody. Over here, I'm pretty sure it says Glock. What should we do with this space? That's the real question. Time for the business call. Yeah, I should be totally. I should be like totally behind the graffiti. Should sit by the Goya. Look at this, dude. Look at this shot. Look at this shot. Look at this shot. There's security. It like makes it better.
You look like you're in an army.
I know.
It does make it better. Do you want to say like, oh yeah, we're in the process of like redoing this room or something? Instead, so people don't just think like you.
No, it's just totally like I'm a slumlord. So like everyone these days wants a cool business, right? They want like AI and software and crypto and all these things. But there's like a lot of money to be made in dirtier businesses where you get your hands dirty and you work on stuff. And yeah, it's not glamorous, but like it needs to be done in businesses like auto repair, like roofing and plumbing and all these things. They're gonna be around forever. And you know, for the people that are willing to go and like do the work, it's a huge opportunity if you know, or it's not if you know. It's really if you're willing to do what other people don't want, because you don't care like what it looks like. What you care is about, do we do a good job? Do we treat our people right? And ultimately, you know, can we run a profitable business? We do $50 million. We have 35 locations, and you think it's this like big glamorous, I don't know, like view. And then you see stuff like this, like we're upstairs in one of our, you know, the shop here. We just started renovating this. We just put all these security cameras in. Obviously someone had some fun with this graffiti. You know, we're not gonna bring customers up here. Like this isn't tied to our image, but this is kind of what it's like, right? I have a picture, I'll put this up on the screen here. So I bought this store as one of 7 other locations. And one of them had this like secret room, I'm gonna say. So, like, there was no windows, there was a security camera, and there's these two like lazy boys, and like a heater, and then a cabinet full of Playboys, and it was like, whatever. It's so gross to think about, but like sometimes like that's kind of like when we buy some of these stores, like we never really know what we're gonna get into, and I mean that's what kind of honestly makes a lot of fun for me, because it's like, I just think it's funny. And then, our team will come in here. Like, I bet 6 months from now, this place will look totally different. We want to put money in where we can get a return. So what does customers see? That's what matters more. We spent about $15,000, $20,000 on this waiting room, all new flooring, new counter, paint. We're about to put this really cool sign up that's like backlit Midas sign. We redid all the drywall. We installed the TVs. Like, this is where the customers are going to sit. This is their first impression, right? It doesn't matter we have some dingy room upstairs. Nobody gets to see that. Nobody cares. But like down here, when they come in, they have an impression, say, wow, this looks great. They're going to have a great first impression that's going to match the quality of service and the quality of people that we have here, which is ultimately why people then trust us. They get their cars fixed. They tell other people. We do more sales. We make more money. Everybody's happy. So that's the game.
We come here, us, our guy Mo over there, Nick, Andre, like, we're just a little family. We get
That's
along
awesome.
real well.
You gotta enjoy going to work.
Really good chemistry in the shop.
Not
This
worth
dude
it.
runs a good shop.
What's your biggest customer pet peeve?
Watching, I can't
Yeah.
stand that.
Really?
I'm
I
not
like
trying
sit
to
by the window like this.
Yeah.
Why is he doing that?
And like,
He's fixing your car, dude.
my other thing is people who admittedly bring their car to other mechanics and then they mess it up and bring it back to us, and it's like, dude, like, you should have just done the work with us in the first place, and this would have never been a problem.
Sometime in April, it was like 2 weeks before we had to make the decision to close this thing down. We found a guy. His name's Darren. We promoted him from another store that he worked at as an assistant manager to take over this. And immediately, like, he doubled the sales. Like, I forget the exact numbers, but it surprised us. It surprised everyone to say, literally overnight, with the same mechanics, the same location, the same marketing, the same everything, and he's getting these results, and instantly we're profitable. And that there was a huge factor in deciding to keep it open. Being so far away, 2 hours, I think it's about a half hour, 45 minutes from my next closest one, just hurts us in a lot of ways. One of the benefits we have for stores that are tight together is the synergies, to be able to promote people from one store to the next. And like when you have a store that's like really far away, you have less synergies between your staff, and it's harder to make those connections. I mean, we're actively looking for more stores now in this whole area so we can kind of like connect the dots.
We need short media back. I like 7 seconds.
Yo, facts. If I could go back to making vines, I'd probably be rich.
People do too much now. It's like 3
Yeah,
minutes.
right? It's like, I gotta watch a video for 3 minutes.
We could try and record some vines for you today. You had 7 seconds.
Growing up, the kids nowadays got 6, 7.
Yeah, they do have 6, 7.
Apparently it's not funny anymore because all the adults stole it. My 4-year-old will just be like 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. And then she'll be like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Guys, go grab lunch.
We gotta fire Blimpies though.
Yeah,
it's like a
Blimpies is not your ordinary Blimpies.
bro. They
What is Blimpies?
You've never.
No, I've never eaten there.
It's
No.
like Subway, but like a little older. It's like older style.
Dude, yeah, let's get some Blimpies. You guys want anything?
No, I got lunch.
Yeah, we're good? Yeah. This is my stage. So we started to make money here. And then we kind of had this like literally decision point that said, all right, what are we gonna do? We either trust that this is gonna work and that he's the guy and we're gonna build this team, or we're gonna say screw it, like let's cut our losses. It's funny, it's kind of this polar opposite where what we started at as we're on the brink of literally closing this store down that makes no money, to now the point that we're doubling down. We're actually going to invest a ton of money into it. We have a great reputation, more 5-star reviews. We're hiring more people and really, doing an awesome job. One of the big lessons for me is anytime that I'm like frustrated with the location or frustrated with like where it's going on, I go back to this idea that like we're in the people business, and at the end of the day, if we don't have good people in these stores, like we're going to make no money. And so my job is, and our team's job is, how do we find good people? How do we get them on board? And then how do we create an environment that people want to stay? And if we can do that, we could have stores 7 hours away, and it doesn't matter because we've got the rest down.
Why didn't you just like close the store?
I don't know, like I guess part of it's ego of saying like I should be able to make this work. Like we have 35 other stores, we've turned other stores around, and it's this idea that like Try not to get hit by cars here as we're talking. Like, why can't I make it work? Like, I have this whole idea of, you know, why not me? If other people can do it, why can't I be successful? If other people can turn these things around, if other stores can be successful, it's not like it takes special, I don't know, like education, experience, and all these different things. Like, I live my life by this phrase, why not me? And so I guess that's why. It's like, I believe that if we really focused on it and we tried and we put like our attention on it, that we would have success. Because like, why wouldn't we, right? At the end of the day, it's a people game. It's not a location problem, which is totally fixable. Blimpie, for example, come on, they're location driven. If they have a bad location, you can't move the location. I'll try the Blimpie's best. It's the best, right? This is a good hoagie. Dude, a lot of people don't even know what a hoagie is. Do you know what a hoagie is? You can drop it in the comments. Most people are like, what the heck are you talking about? If you want to see more stores that we've turned around, check out this video here. Whatever you do, don't click the subscribe button.